Hello everyone, welcome to Authentic Life Tarot. This is Perry. We today are going to be looking at some energies for twin flames that are in union already. I had just done a couple of videos, one specifically for Divine Masculine, one specifically for Divine Feminine. Then I was going to follow it up with energies that they share together right now at this time. So we're looking at the end of June, beginning of July time. And thank you for coming, and hopefully we can get you guys some answers about what the energies are like in your unions for this time frame. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to grab an overall energy card from my Crystal Mandala deck, which is right here. And we'll kind of see what overall energy that we're working with as a collective. So if you're in a twin flame relationship and you're in union, there is a collective consciousness that we're all a part of. And that's what this reading is geared towards. So we are going to try to get some energies that we're going to be dealing with for this time frame of 2020. So we're going to ask for one card here just for an overall energy. I've already shuffled and blessed all my decks, so we're ready to go here. We've got two cards. We'll just take them both. And the first one is Tiger Spirit Rises. So as an overall energy, this is telling me there's going to be some strong, powerful energies coming in for this union. And the other one is, ooh, I like it, sorry. Daring Rebirth. So it sounds to me like in this next week or so, twin flame relationships are going to be experiencing new, what's the word? New information about your own soul growth and your partner's soul growth. And there's going to be a rebirth of what things look like with you together and your energies together. We're having a new beginning, it looks like, so that's going to be good. And we're going to have some strength and some fortitude to be moving through some of these energies, but that's okay. There are a lot of energies that I feel like we're going to be experiencing in the next week that are foreign to a lot of us. There are some of us out there who haven't been real sure how to deal with some of the energies that you come in contact with when you are in this union. And so sometimes it's harder for us to be able to decide what direction to go. And that's part of the reason why I do this. And I give it to you for like the next week, is so you can see what the energies are going to be like, so you're going to be more prepared to deal with them. There may be some things that might be happening that you're not real excited about energetically, and that's okay, because Divine is here and Divine does not make mistakes. So I'm going to start with 4 or 5 cards. We'll see how many we get here. For some general energies for the collective for twin flames for this next week. Sorry. And just going to say right now, before I started, Spirit asked me to use this deck specifically. It's not one of my favorites, and I literally did the, oh, really? Only because the cards are so big and I make a mess every time I use them. So they're laughing at me right now. Because they're like, we told you to do it and you're doing it, and now you're going to lots of fun. So I'm actually really excited to see what we're going to be seeing with this deck, and possibility of what cards are coming out and how they may have been different from my other decks that I would normally use. So let's get some cards here for some energies of this next coming up week. See, I told you. Sorry. They're just so wide and it makes it difficult for my little hands. Okay, so let's get some energies here for this next week. Spirit, please. I just heard in my head, we like these cards. So get used to using them. So, wow. They really truly have, sometimes my guides have no, I shouldn't say no. They know when they need to be a little tougher on me. They're like, oh, hush, Perry, they're just cards, my goodness. So we had 2 cards that fell out, and we have the Fool that came out, and Justice. So we will be getting some clarifying cards for those, but these are both beautiful energies to start with for Twin Flames. So let's get a couple more cards here out of this deck. Okay, we have the Chariot and the Hanged Man. So all 4 of these cards are major arcana cards, which are major energies that are going to be coming in to your lives. And so these are not cards that let us, they're just kind of overall energies of different things that you're going to be having to deal with in the next week. So we're also going to get clarifying cards, and I will go into the meaning of each one of these cards in just a little bit. I want to get one more here. Spirit's telling me, even though they're like, I know you want to put the deck down, but... Okay. Need one more card here, please, Spirit. I'm very intrigued, actually. Kind of excited to see what this one is. Sorry guys. Let me pick those up. And it looks like 10 cards or so. So I'm not going to take any of these because it's not clear and it fell down on the ground. So all right, we're going to ask for one more card here for some energies for this next coming week for Twin Flames, anybody who is in a Twin Flame relationship, or even if you know of someone. Okay, Spirit, this one just started sliding across and I stopped it and Spirit just said that's the card. So, the Hermit, thank you. Okay, makes perfect sense. Well, it will in a moment, but it does to me. So, perfect, that's good. So first, we have the Fool, we have the Justice card, the Chariot card. So we have some energies that are coming in that are going to be fairly quick moving. That's good. And sorry, I have the Hanged Man. I had it in the reverse. That's how it came out, but I usually don't read reversals unless they tell me to, and they're not saying that right now. They would like it the correct way. So then we have the Hanged Man and the Hermit. So I'm going to grab one of my Gilded Tarot decks. We'll get some clarifying cards for this Fool card over here. We'll see what maybe we're looking at. They're making me laugh today so hard. They're like, here, you're going to complain about the last deck? We'll just give you your favorite deck, and then we'll make fun of the fact that you're going to drop all those anyway. So, the Fool. Let's get a clarifying card here for the Fool. We get clarifying cards. If I get more than one card, sometimes I'll keep them if I feel like they're elaborating on the story. So, we will ask for clarifying card for the Fool here, Spirit. We've got 2. Actually, there's 3 here. And we have the 5 of Pentacles, which is really good. Let's see here. Ooh. 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is in this union, you guys are trying diligently, I'm going to say, to deal with finances in your own perspective way. You're part of the relationship. Whatever you're doing in a financial aspect is good. There is going to be benefit from that. I'm going to Okay. So the Fool I wrote down means unconventional choices, that you need to take a leap of faith and you need to have confidence with that. Okay. Beautiful. So it is beautiful, actually. It's wonderful. We're going to I'm sticking with the comment that I wrote down of the leap of faith. Has to do with your finances. You need to maybe take some risks in the choices that you make regarding your finances. I'm not saying, oh, go risk all your money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you're choosing what you're going to be doing to help create finances for your union, the choices that you're making may not be a normal choice that you've made. It may be something that a choice that you make and everyone's going to look at the choice and say, why in the heck are you doing that? And you're going to say, I'm doing that because I have this Four of Wands energy here that I really would like to obtain. So Four of Wands, when I see the Four of Wands, it is a couple of things. This is the card in the minor arcana that represents twin flames. So we know that's what we're discussing right now. Spirit came out and was nice enough to say, yes, this is the path we're going down with the information. So you're going to need to make some unconventional choices to be able to obtain the ideal life that you are envisioning in your head. I'm going to look up the 8 real quick and just see. So the 8 of Pentacles is mastering and protecting a skill and loving your work. We've been seeing both. I've been seeing the 5 and the 8 of Pentacles quite a lot. And the 5 is that you need help with seeking the financial support that you need. So there, in this relationship, there is concern about having enough finances for the things that you would like to create in your lives. And that's okay. I think, with everything going on with COVID, that's obvious that there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to be feeling this right now. So this is the energy that we're starting with for the reading, so I'm loving it. I like the fact that it's telling us that we're going to need to make some unusual choices, and essentially that you're going to have to trust in spirit that this rebirth that they're talking about, oh gosh, sorry, just hit me, or they just made it hit me. This rebirth that we're talking about is going to be, once you go through this rebirth and you have this tiger spirit, you are going to be able to create this in the 3D, on this plane, in this world. And you're going to love your work. It may be you're at a point right now where it's a little bit difficult financially. You're going to make this choice. You're going to, whether it's the two of you together that you're making this choice, or one of you, one or the other one of you. And Spirit just said it needs to be together. So hello, sorry. I was just talking about my Twin Flames card, blah, blah, blah. That's hilarious. So let's move on to the Justice card here. I'm just gonna read real quick what I wrote down for Justice. It kind of, states itself, but that there is going to be a just reward on the basis of your actions. Wow. We're just talking about the actions you needed to take here to create this life, and then the next card is the Justice card, that we are going to be telling us we are going to be rewarded for our actions. So this Justice card is saying, do what you need to do. Twin Flames, just do what you need to do, and these things will fall in place, and 3D, everything in the 3D will be according to divine plan. So that's good, but we are going to get a couple, maybe one, we'll see what Spirit wants to give us. We're going to look for some clarifying cards here for the Justice card. This is beautiful so far, you guys. I had a feeling it was going to be really good energies this last 3 or 4 days, and you know, the next 3 or 4 days that I feel like I'm tuned into. They're just amazing, amazing energies out there right now. I'm so excited about them. So I'm going to get a clarifying card here. I'm taking it because it flipped over, and that's why I let it out like that. The Justice has a clarifying card of the Hierophant. And I'm going to look, but I'm pretty sure if I remember right, the Hierophant is about taking, there are things that are more religious, things that are, what am I looking for? Tradition, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. But I'm going to look up here, see what I wrote down. Oh, gosh. And I wrote down tradition and faith. So we're going to have faith that this justice is coming. It is on its way. It will be coming. You will be seeing things come to fruition that you want to see happen in your life. Granted, as always, you have to stay centered energetically for these things to happen, and you need to be listening to the divine to make these things happen, which means you need to listen to your inner soul. You need to pay attention to signs and synchronicities that you're getting. If you continually see the numbers 1111, I know if you're watching this, you probably have heard about this before, but you're consistently seeing this number different places that you look. Let's say you look up while you're driving and somebody's license plate in front of you has 4 11s in it, or sorry, 4 1s in it, run right after the other. There are just different things and signs that you can be shown to let you know that this is the energy that we're talking about in your life. So next we are going to ask to get a clarifying card and give us a little bit more information about the Chariot. I like the Chariot. Chariot has great energy also. So that's good. Oh, beautiful. And we have 7 of Pentacles. Over here we have the 8. We're getting lots of pentacles, guys. I like the sound of that, considering where I'm at financially, personally, right now at the moment. But 7 of Pentacles. Just going to look up real quick what I wrote down. Oh, gosh. So 7 of Pentacles, I wrote down that there's going to be a return on an investment. And I'm hearing in my head, Divine Feminine, you've been putting a lot of energy into your spiritual path and your spiritual walk and your growth. Yes, I know I was talking about money and whatever. I'm feeling like this specific card, though, is regarding your spiritual well-being and your spiritual growth. So, sorry, I just want to... Looking at one more thing real quick. Okay, so if you've been investing in your spiritual growth and you feel like you've been investing a lot and not been seeing a huge return on that, there's going to be a return on that investment that you're putting in. And the reason why I'm going down the spiritual path is because my guides are literally talking in my ear right now saying this is about spiritual paths, not about actual 3D. We got the actual 3D finances here, but this where they're telling me is more about a spiritual path and not a monetary path. So that's good. I'm gonna let's move on to the Hanged Man here real quick. I'll try real quick. Okay. So the Hanged Man, I wrote down, know that you need to know what to sacrifice. So there's going to be some sacrifices that I believe even you as a couple, you guys are going to need to make. And they're going to have to be sacrifices that you guys agree upon together to be able to obtain both. I'm going to say obtain both spiritual and physical return. So let's see. Let's get a clarifying card for the Hanged Man. What card do we want to look at here, Spirit, for the Hanged Man? Can you clarify for us a little bit the energies we're looking at with the Hanged Man, please? I have one that flipped over. This one didn't flip over. I'm going to take them both, actually, Spirit just said. So I don't know what this one is. Let's see. So we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Page of Cups. So bear with me real quick. So what we said the Hanged Man was is that we needed to know what we needed to sacrifice, and that it was on a couple level. And the Queen of Swords energy, let's see what I wrote down for that you are the creator of your life. So, Divine Feminine, in this relationship, you are the creator of your life, but let's look at the big picture. It's not just your life. Divine Feminine, you are the creator of both of your lives. I'm trying to figure out how I need to explain that to what Spirit's telling me here. Divine Feminine has the ability to manifest. Divine Feminine in a twin flame relationship who is a light worker and starseed, that person literally has so much power to manifest things here on earth that if you are this person, like, you almost don't even know what to do with it all, if that makes sense. You don't even really know at this point. They're saying you don't really know what you're capable of. And I think this is where the feeling that I've been getting this last week, we don't know what we're capable of. That information is going to be given to us very soon. And when we find out what that information is and how huge and on a great big, I can't even, a universal scale, the amount of power that the Divine Feminine has while in this sacred union is, I can't even quantify it. It's so huge. And it's almost like it's so big that there are no words for how big it can be, if that makes any sense. Page of Cups, I like the Page of Cups. Cups are more about love and things that are being offered to you. And I wrote down for the Page of Cups, emotional situation that you are not yet experienced with. Yes, we are just talking about the amount of energy, the amount of power too that the Divine Feminine in this relationship has. Now we're looking at this Page of Cups here coming in, and that is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful energy. You just, as Divine Feminine, you just may not know how to deal with all of the emotion and the gravity of the situation when you realize, okay, I'm just going to say it, when you realize what your mission was before you came to this planet. Wow. We've known for a really long time that we are able to manifest many, many things here in the 3D on the earthly plane and also in the 5D and so the 5th dimension. Divine Feminine for a long time has been showing me that there is this untapped potential, whether it be in myself or other Divine Feminines who are in the same place that I am right now. And this untapped potential is so big. Where your head is right now, like your human brain almost cannot comprehend how to deal with all of this while we're in this human form. It can be very overwhelming. Wow. I'm sorry. Ooh. Huge emotion coming in right now. and I'm going to try to put it into words, but I was feeling this huge, just like blessings about being divine feminine and the path that we've chosen. And it's a lot and it can be overwhelming, but as divine feminine, we made that agreement we were already that powerful before we decide. And when I'm saying we, I'm talking about divine masculine, divine feminine together. Before we came to this planet at this time, and we chose to be separated and to be in two separate bodies. And there's a purpose for that and a meaning behind all of that. And part of that is so as divine feminine, we can learn how to grow in ourselves, and we learn how to be confident in who we are and our abilities and our strengths. But it can be really scary. And I know I've been talking all along about unions and divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flames, those kinds of things. If you are not in a twin flame relationship, though, this reading still pertains to every single one of you, because every one of us have divine masculine and divine feminine in parts in our soul. We just happen to have more of one versus the other. As a balanced soul and human on this planet, you want to have a balance of both of those energies in yourselves. As a twin flame, when you split your soul into parts to live two different lives, to experience more things at once, number one. That person is then bringing in this energy to the relationship. You're bringing in your energy to this relationship. And by combining them together, you now, again, are forming that one soul that you were, You're forming that one soul that you were before you accepted this mission when you split apart. And now that you're creating that one soul here on earth, both of you are trying to figure out, I heard every second of the day, you're both trying to figure out how to deal with the enormity of the energies that you're feeling and how amazing they all are. And because of that, and you're learning and figuring out how to balance those things within yourself, along with, which is a hard enough feat to begin with. Not only do you need to balance them within yourselves, now you're talking about balancing them in this relationship. And it's totally new and foreign to both of you. You are both like, what the crap is going on? Like, really? It's pretty amazing. Which then brings us to the Hermit card. This is gorgeous. It has told us so many things about this next week, things that we're going to need to be prepared for, work that we're going to need to be doing. Divine feminine, you've done a lot of spiritual work. You still need to keep your nose to the grindstone when it comes to the 3D, though. You need to be doing your work here. You need to put it in practice. I actually have a couple of acquaintances that we've been talking to quite often, and we talk together quite often. And one friend of mine literally has decided to pick up and move to another country and just start her life completely over. And to me, that's amazing. That is living in divine feminine spirit. It's actually living in this union spirit of twin flames without actually being in a twin flame relationship. She's had the ability to see her power and her strength and her gifts, and she's now moving into those places. It's beautiful to me. But when you have all of this energy going on, and it is so overwhelming and so foreign to both of you, the Hermit card comes out. The Hermit card is more about taking a step back and going within and searching yourself and searching your soul. And just looking up real quick to make sure I'm not missing something. Oh, self-knowledge. So yeah, it is taking about step back and learning about yourself, learning about, as divine feminine, the power that you have to create these things, who you are as divine masculine and how you support your divine feminine spiritually. All of the, I'm not talking about how you're supporting your divine feminine here on the planet. It's important, but it's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about supporting divine masculine, supporting divine feminine in the 5D. When this happens, so many doors are going to open, but before those doors open, we need to just take a step back together and reassess the situation, whether that's you and your loved one talking about it, or that's giving each other space to grow on your own, to grow into the person that you need to be able to facilitate all of this. So we do need to take a little bit of time out to do that, which for me is like every other day basis. I feel like I go into hermit mode. Just have to figure out what's going on in my head. So let's get a clarifying card, see if there's maybe a specific situation that we need to take a step back from, or if this is just the rest after all the work that we've been doing. So let's see what we have here, Spirit. Get a clarifying card for the Hermit, please. Clarifying card for the Hermit. What do we need to be doing self-reflection on? Okay. Sorry, I've never done this before. I usually use the same deck for clarifying cards. Spirit just said that I needed to get my other Gilded Tarot deck. Maybe there's a card they want to come out that's already out, so we'll just see. Clarifying card for the Hermit here. Oh. The Magician is what came out. Oh, that's amazing, you guys. Wow. The Magician just came out, but I also have a couple other cards that flipped up with it. So I'm just going to look at those. We have the 5 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. Wow. Okay. So we're talking about after these things, you might need to take a rest. And you do. You need to do self-reflection. You need to go within your soul, connect to divine, and you need to start manifesting here on this planet everything that you're capable of manifesting. You need to be able to use your power as, oh gosh, this sounds horrible, as a power couple. Sorry, that's not a term that I ever like. But you need for us to be able to raise our vibration as a planet, so we are able to level up, so we are able to experience all that divine has for us in the collective from source. So every being on every planet anywhere, I'm just saying this union has a possibility of manifesting everything. You can change, and especially as a collective, like I'm talking about one here, we're talking about one twin flame relationship. When we're talking about the collective, if this is a collective energy of twin flame relationships, oh my gosh, you guys, divine feminines, meet each other. We need to know each other, and because we are capable of manifesting these things, we need to see that there are others like us out there doing the exact same thing, because that is going to multiply the ability of how quickly we can raise our frequencies here. So manifestation, that's wonderful. And we have the 5 of Swords, which I do know kind of represents loss and sorrow in some way. Give me a second. The loss and sorrow is, it is on an earthly level. I'm going to say that. But it is not anything that you are going to be you may lose something, but it's not anything that you are going to be sorrowful over, I guess is what I'm hearing in my head. It's hard, but there's a reason behind it being hard. And your 9 of Wands here is passionate energy that's coming in. It's a 9, so you're getting close to completing a cycle. And this is a cycle. This card right here, they're showing me over here. I'm not saying I'm leaving it that way. I'm just saying that's what they just visually put into my head. So there is a cycle completing that, as either together or one of you, one or the other, have been very passionate about, and you've been working diligently on it. And I see why. Because of the Justice card. They had me bring it over here. This is where justice is coming from. This issue that we're talking about that is coming to completion is part of this Justice card. And there are choices that are going to be made, not by both of you, but by one of you, that the choice that's made may not, let's say, may not resonate with your partner, but that's okay, because whichever one of you this is happening to, you know this, you have to go through this to get to this card of your twin flame and your idealized life that you would like to be able to live. And there will be justice from that. So this to me is beautiful. This energy is amazing and wonderful. I knew it was going to be, but I'm really excited. I am going to, if you're interested, please like and subscribe. I need more subscribers, so if you have gotten anything beneficial from this, you know of somebody, go ahead and forward it to them. Ask them to subscribe to my channel. That would be great. And the bigger we can make this, the sooner we can move through all these stagnant energies. So please do that. And I also like to get a card from my Oracle deck, 1 or 2 cards that kind of give us action steps of what we can be doing this next week to help prepare us for these energies that are coming up. They are big, man. That's all. Wow. Spirit was like, you needed to say big, even bigger. They are big. Wow. Anyway, silly. Action step. It's not an action step. This is actually an oracle card. Sorry, these are all oracle cards. Most of the cards in here are things that help us move through these energies. This should too, actually. It just says change is unavoidable. So, light workers, twin flames, star seeds, change is unavoidable. Along with that, I'm going to be adding, from my own mouth, change is necessary. Right now, here on the planet Earth, change is 100% necessary. And it's unavoidable. There are changes happening all over the place, every day, all the time. Like, when the dust settles, like, we have no idea where we're all going to be at. Well, I do, but I don't know about everybody else. I'm just trying to get y'all on board so we can all be there together. So change is unavoidable. This card right here, the daring, both of these, Daring Rebirth and Tiger Spirit Rises, they're beautiful, beautiful energies. There is going to be, it's not just a rebirth of this relationship. There is a rebirth of this entire collective. Every single one of us in the collective, this is the process we're going through, and it may be painful. It is very painful for many, many people. It's one of the reasons why I started doing this, is because I almost couldn't function with all the energies that were happening around me, it made me physically ill. By me doing my work and moving on the things that Spirit is asking me to do and accomplish, that is helping to move us through. So you have to, that's why it's a daring rebirth. You have to be able to they're showing me this. Like you have to scoop it all up and, oh, this is like your egg. These energies are all going to be going together to be creating this daring rebirth for the collective. Oh gosh, you guys, this is it. I'm telling you, it is coming anytime, anytime. Oh, that was silly. That one. What do we have? And this one, I think this is probably specifically for me. Be patient. That's what Spirit tells me all the time. I get all excited. I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then I have to kind of put the brakes on because maybe everybody in the collective is not in a certain place to be doing this work. So that's okay. We can be patient and we can wait for divine timing. Oh, look at this. That was easy. Ooh. Heed your dreams. So if you've been having dreams and actual dreams that you're, that when you wake up you remember and there are some strange things in it and you're like, huh, I wonder what that means. Look it up. You can always, I happen to like, what is it, Dream Dictionary. Just go to Google, type in Dream Dictionary. You can, if you're anything that's a symbol in your dream, let's say you had a dream and like this gal, there's a snake around this tree. Let's say you had a dream that had a snake in it. So you look up the word snake and you can essentially see and have your dreams essentially come to life. Those are all messages from divine for you also. So look into your dreams that you're actually having. And then once you find out what they're meaning, listen to it. There's something you need to change, or there's a worry that you're having that's been in your subconscious that now is coming into your consciousness. Just be aware, be patient, and always remember, change is unavoidable. Ooh, wow. All right, you guys. I flipped this over, and what was on the bottom, it says, have courage. Aww. All right, everyone. This has been wonderful. So much so that, like, I feel like I want to keep reading, but I don't want to push it either. So we're going to call it good at that. And hopefully I will have another reading that I'll post here in the next couple of days. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate your love and your time and your energy that you've put into even finding this video. So thank you. Welcome, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.